we're going to get sued on the Vox Cascadia podcast tonight.
What are we getting sued for?
It was a reference to something that happened over the weekend, but evidently both of you forgot already.
Yeah. And the weekend is very clear but blurry at the same time, you know?
Yeah, I have a lot of very distinct memories and a lot of gaps in time too. Welcome back, everyone. My name's Chuck. You heard Connor with the intro, and Tyler's here with us too. And
what's up?
We just finished one of the best weekends of the year, maybe after CRITCon, but ChuckieCon went down this past weekend. We
really good.
We gathered in Astoria with some of the other boys, and we're going to talk about it. But we're also a part of ChuckieCon. We're going to talk about the best box Kill Team has ever put out. And surprise, it's dinosaurs. So
absolutely, I'm shocked, honestly.
Yeah, gentlemen, how you doing?
I'm good. You know, like it was so good to see you guys this weekend. It was chicken noodle soup for the wargamer soul, right? Like you know, it was just heartwarming to be able to spend time with my best friends, you know, and like drink and paint and play some games and go eat some good food and cook some food, you know. Like it was a glorious weekend. You know, show of some anti-fascist you know, animes to you guys. You know, like we'll get to that argument on why that is a little bit later.
There was some really bad food.
Yeah. You know, we'll get to that later. We'll get to that too. You know, I'll plead my case.
Yeah, your case, you're guilty.
I am. Crimes against bacon for sure. So stay tuned for the worst bacon ever story later in the show.
So if you're just joining us recently, and you don't know what ChuckieCon is, well, it's just guys getting together and hanging out and doing nerdy shit and drinking too much and telling a bunch of fun jokes. And basically this came about because a few years ago, Nick and I had been going to Adepticon, and we'd been regularly going to Adepticon for a couple of years, and then, you know, we just looked at the price of it, and we weren't really motivated to shell out the money to head to, at the time, Schaumburg and get a hotel and flights and, you know, the events itself. Adepticon, amazing thing, but doing it every year is very expensive. So we decided to have ChuckieCon. So we came over to my house here in Vancouver, and it was me, and we had Tyler and Connor showed up, and Nick came down, and somebody else was here, and we hung out and played some Kill Team. We built some miniatures. We drank a lot of Fireball, and just kind of chilled for the weekend. And then
why were we drinking Fireball that time?
Because Fireball's fucking awesome.
It's not bad. It's
Mr. Worldwide has a whole song about it. That proves that it's good.
I don't know. I mean, it's one of those things where it's they sell Fireball in buckets of just the shots. So I think I picked up one of the buckets of the shots, and so we were passing those around, and Fireball's one that, like, besides the sugar content, it goes down pretty easy.
For sure.
And so yeah, that was the first ChuckieCon. It was just like 2 days, Saturday and Sunday. And then later that year, we decided, like, let's do it again. Let's run it back. And lucky enough to have access to a house down at the Oregon coast, Oregon River, I guess, in Astoria. And so we did it again. We brought some more guys because we had some more room. And then last year we did it again, and this year we did it again. So this year we had a total of 8 people, and that's capacity. Like, we absolutely could not fit another stinky nerd in there. Actually, everybody was smelling real nice. And Connor, you're muted, or your mic's not working or something.
I didn't say that. I was just like, oh.
No, why you mouthing shit? So it was me, obviously, the namesake of ChuckieCon. Connor, Tyler, Nick was there. We also had Jeremy Spake. We had Cody. We had Greg, who actually flew in from Maryland for the second straight year to come join us.
Thanks,
Local
Greg.
down the coast. Sam, our number one Patreon, was there too, and he was there before he was a number one Patreon too. So that wasn't just because of that.
But if you pay us enough money, maybe we'll make a spot for a 9th.
Yeah. So no, there's no room.
There's no room.
I had to dig chairs out of the basement to get enough spots to even hobby for everyone. So
for sure, it was packed in. It was definitely packed in tight. Like there was just enough space for that. You know.
Yeah. So, but we went down last Wednesday evening. Most of us got down there. Did I get everybody listed?
I think so.
Yeah, absolutely.
Chuck, Tyler, Connor,
Cody,
Nick, Cody, Jeremy, Greg, Sam. Cool. So yeah, we got down there last Wednesday evening. So just about a week ago from where we're recording this, and I ended up showing up first to get the house opened up and ready to go. With Indy was there too. Indy's always there.
Yeah, we can't forget him.
Can't forget Indy. Cody joined me a little bit afterwards. Nick and Connor showed up a little bit after that. Went down to Fort George, got some takeout, got some beers, and it turns out actually, so we have a channel in our Discord, and I can't remember what the channel is called. It's like Hobby Inspiration or something.
Yeah, and art.
And Max from the Seattle area posted a picture of the Peter Iredale, which is a shipwreck down on the Oregon coast, for some inspiration for Rust. And Tyler was like, "Yo, like, you there?" And turned out Max and his wife Allie were down there for the weekend, and actually midweek, I guess. And so we ended up hooking up with him on the next morning on Thursday. So this is 2 years in a row where we've gone to ChuckieCon, and a random member of the KTC community has been at the coast. Last year, Keaton, we're sitting at like a food cart, and Keaton just like rolls up. You can go back and see it on my Instagram. So, yeah, it was so that's kind of how we started off. So that was Thursday morning, just to get the party started. Jeremy showed up a little later that afternoon, and we did a lot of hobby that day. So
yeah,
Connor, what were you working on down there?
I was building a Lord Discordant.
That's right. We're having the hardest time with those fucking leg plates.
Yeah, the leg plate, like Tyler came by later and did it like easy breezy, but that first one of the center, me and you both really struggled with. It was kind of a pain in the ass.
I mean, it could have been the Crown and Coke,
the liquor, liquor. It could have had some effect. You know, Chuck, I'm a little hurt. You didn't even cover Greg and I rolling in way late Wednesday night.
I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, hey,
absolutely.
You know what?
You know, I scooped
Good
up Greg
news.
from the airport.
Good news.
Nice, smooth. So. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But yeah, Lord Discordant leg is a little weird. I will give you that. I think it's almost easier to glue the plate together and then kind of put it on, but like you can like wedge it on. It's just like a weird fitment. It's definitely not the best work they've done.
Yeah,
for sure.
So Greg and Tyler got there in the evening. I forgot. Probably because it was way past my bedtime when you guys got into town. So
for sure, we got in pretty late, like a little bit after 11. So
yeah, because Greg landed in Portland after 8, and they still had a 2-hour drive basically.
Yeah.
So Thursday we had a lot of hobby. I think that's all we did with Thursday was basically like hobby. We did. I was working on building. I was building some Blood Bowl stuff.
Oh, can I mention the other thing you were building or no?
I eventually, yeah. I mean, I was able to procure a set of the dinos from those who will not be named. A good friend, like met a guy in a back alley in Astoria. So I did have the dinos with me.
Your shipment arrived early.
My shipment arrived early. So
directly from Games Workshop.
Directly from Games Workshop, or Amazon, or whoever you want to blame for it. But so I did have the dinos at the coast. I was working on the dinos, like Connor said he was working on Lord Discordant. Tyler, for the first time in a year.
Almost a year, yeah. I started
bust the oils out for his own painting.
And so I was I've been using the same mineral spirits for, I don't know, 8 years now, and I run out of those. They'd evaporated away slowly over time. And I had this little baggie of it was just labeled mineral spirits, right? So I pour that in and I start painting, and I don't know, it turned all of my paints ultra glossy. So I was struggle busting for it. I ended up getting rid of that mineral spirit and using some Gambasol that I had in a separate bottle, fresh, unopened, and that was working great on the one model I didn't need to hit with those colors. So it didn't get glossy, and I was able to get some progress on at least one of my guys. Got him ready to get like final washes and color corrections and filtering, stuff like that. So but that was good. And then Nick hopped in on my oils later that day and started working on a Crimson Fist character.
Yeah, he started a Marine just from from nothing.
Armageddon. Wow, I said that word. Armageddon box.
Armageddon.
Oh my god! Oh my
Uh-huh.
god!
Go.
And it's sick. He's killing it. Like the first day he just started in, working with my paints and on the palette, and he just really it took shape so fast, and the blends were so smooth on it. It's really cool to see him work on it.
Was that the chili and pork day?
Yeah. So
Yes.
Thursday, we in the morning, Greg and I went to the local supermarket and picked up some supplies to make some chili and some pulled pork, and
Did a little potluck. Jeremy
yeah.
brought his excellent mac and cheese.
And then I made a vegan chili so that it was good, suitable for Chuck, and then a really good pulled pork. It was pretty basic pulled pork actually, but like solid. Really, it's meant to be added to the chili on there is what the intention of this pulled pork was. So those cooked while we were painting and hobbying and doing stuff. And that's the day we went out and saw Max at lunch.
Yeah.
Thursday. Yeah. So
went to Fort George.
classic.
Yeah. I realized actually after we got back, I realized that I had for the entire weekend, I only had a single vortex. Like that's my mainstay. It's my go-to. It's right there on the wall. Like, and I only had one in Astoria.
Yeah.
We did
I only
drink
drank a single beer the entire time. I realized I only drank Crown and Coke the entire weekend. A little bit of water, and then Crown and Coke and one Baja Blast.
Yeah, I think I had two beers altogether. Actually, I had a vortex at lunch that day, and then spoiler, but at the end after everybody left, I went down to Fort George, and Jenna's favorite pizza on the planet is the Popeye made vegan by Fort George, and so I had another beer there. But yeah, I'm usually all over the Fort George. I actually brought back more Fort George than I drank. So, but so yeah, day one. Any other day one highlights y'all can think of?
Yeah, so I have my my annual ChuckieCon YouTube playlist. Mostly it's like me torturing the guys with bizarre shit I find on YouTube, and it's out there, a little weird. And then we talked about menu scroll, and that's on YouTube also. And so I popped that on, and you know what? Everyone was immediately enthralled. Not because of the Titanic tits, but the good plot, the complete world building and interesting story and deep characters.
I have two things. One, I feel like your YouTube playlist is equivalent to the jokes that Connor sends Nick and I. The like comics that Connor sends Nick and I is like.
Oh, so yeah. Some for reference, one of my favorite comic artists. I think comic as in like the traditional like little single strip funnies you get in newspapers is a guy by the name of Beetle Moses. I love his shit, but a lot of it is very non sequitur or very kind of just stupid random humor. And there's some of them that Chuck and Nick really enjoy, and other ones that they
to me. I'm so hurt.
Don't worry about it.
I'll start saying them to you as well, Tyler. Because I love the guy. He posts pretty regularly, and other ones they don't get. And so I always have the test when there's a new one that I really enjoy. I'm like, let's see what Nick and Chuck think of this. And most of the time it doesn't pass, but occasionally there's a good one that they like. Like I think I'll find it really quick and send it to you, Tyler. But the depressed artist ape is one of my favorite ones.
Okay.
And then back to menu scroll. I take notes when we're doing events or whatever, just as I'm like walking around. In my notes, I have it's Dune, but with boobs.
Did I? That's
Probably.
right. I remember how we got to that.
Yeah, I don't know how we got to that, but
because we're talking about this ancient like organization.
Oh,
and I was like the Bene Gesserit from Dune. And then someone said the Bene Titterits, and someone said the Booby Genuits or whatever.
That was Greg that said Booby Gesserits. Like master of the dad joke, and the pun is great. If there is a pun to be made, he will make it. So
I'll tell you if you get a good pun off and Greg recognizes it, that's a very good feeling because Greg is like the pun master. I got a couple off this weekend and can't remember any of them, of course. So. But yeah, I mean, that was Thursday. We did a lot of drinking. We throughout the weekend, we as a team put down 2 half-gallons of Crown, and
I think it was mostly you and me.
Yeah, the team was you and me.
Yeah.
Cody had a little bit on Thursday night too.
Yeah.
But yeah. So any other Thursday highlights y'all can think of?
No, it was just chill. It was nice.
Yeah.
Hung out on the porch with Cody. Like always, it's always nice to just like stand out. The weather was incredible, by the way. Like you couldn't ask for better weather. And like just standing out on the deck and looking out, and there was like there's little like some young blue jays out there. They're kind of like fighting and stuff throughout the weekend. So I noticed them Thursday. Yeah, little like fledglings looked like they just learned to fly, and they were like hopping around and stuff. So that was pretty cute.
Yeah.
By
the way, when packing for ChuckieCon itself is a sport in its own. I brought with me. I brought my Xbox. I brought my Switch. I brought my laptop. I bought recording equipment we never used. I brought 4 kill teams. I brought 5 Blood Bowl teams. I played 1 game of Kill Team. I played 1 game of Blood Bowl.
We played way less this year than last time, to be
fair. We did. Well, because last year we set up a tournament. We basically, Tyler had us on like, you can go on BCP and find it. He set up a tournament for the coast. So we were kind of like determined to get through that. I feel like we did more hobby this year, though.
Yeah, so very hobby focused.
The table was, I built 2 full Blood Bowl teams, and I built my whole box of dinos. The funny thing is like, I brought 3. I built 2 Blood Bowl teams. I brought a bunch of Blood Bowl teams. I brought a bunch of kill teams, and the 2 games I played with were ones that I built down there. So, yeah. But I'll show you. I'll put up pictures in the video of the back of my car, which is just like floor to ceiling, essentially like kill teams, terrain, like anything you could think of that had to do with the hobby. I brought a whole paint set. I brought this bag. I brought this bag with just paint, and actually I brought a whole another gallon bag with just paint. And
I brought all of my paints, every last bit of paint I had.
That's like a quarter of my paint, unfortunately.
I just mostly use the oils, so
yeah. And as far as all my paint, the only thing I got used is some Agrax or shade that Cody dug out of there for the guy who was working on.
Also in our Vox chat, Tyler, are some of the comics I was talking about. 2 of my favorites.
Okay. Let's see.
So, I'll pop those up in the YouTube.
Beetle Moses is I've got like 2 of his stickers or like bumper stickers on my carrying cases for Warhammer. I just love his stuff so much, and like half of his comics are ape and monkey jokes, so I love that even more.
Okay, yeah, I like it. Yeah, I'm into these. So I love comics. Actually, I'm a huge, especially like absurd comics. So.
We'll send them to
Tyler hopefully will like these a little bit more.
Tyler, appreciate them.
It's like a 40% success rate of you guys liking them.
That's gonna probably be like 100% success rate with me.
I'll go get the one from either today or yesterday and send it your way as well.
So I did a Costco run while Tyler was doing the Safeway run, and yeah, day 1 we just kind of hung out and like shot the shit, watched a weird titty anime, weird YouTube movies, and a bunch of painting videos. And
everyone wanted to pretend like they weren't interested in the anime.
I was not. I promise.
You were. Sure. I think you were the most interested. No, that's not true. I actually think there's a couple other people that are more interested than you, like Connor. Is way interested in the lore. Especially.
I was trying to figure out more about the world as we went on, because there was a lot of questions, to your credit, that they'd start an episode with and then they'd end the episode with. So well done to the anime creators.
Absolutely.
Definitely a opening scene of all time. At the very opening, the show is probably one of the more graphic scenes, and I was like, Tyler, what are you getting us into? They thankfully after that kind of held it back, not a ton, but toned it down, except for like 2 other episodes that we got to, and it was very much oh boy, what are we getting ourselves into? But if you want to hear more of our thoughts, subscribe to the Patreon.
That's after show stuff for sure.
That and my mini rants.
again, like I what did I hear somebody say? Oh, something. Yeah, this is how disinterested I was in it, which is fine. I don't have to do everything with everybody all the time. You guys did your thing, and I played with my phone or worked on stuff. But I heard somebody say, "Oh, how are they going to work in another bath scene before the end of the episode or before the end of the season?" So because it's 10 episodes. Connor, you only saw the first 12. Oh, okay, sorry.
Tyler told us it was 10. Then we finished episode 10, and we were all like, "Tyler, where's the ending you promised us?" Because it wasn't an ending. And that was one of the funniest conversations of the night when it's revealed after like 5 minutes of arguing. Tyler checks back down. He's like, "Oh wait, there's 2 more episodes," and then everyone just groans because we're like, "God damn it!"
No, we didn't watch all of the episodes that night.
We did not. We sadly did not finish it because we said we'd do it tomorrow, and then I had to dip earlier than expected.
Well, they finished it.
Oh,
yeah, we did. We did end up finishing it. You know,
well,
we're bleeding into Sunday, which
also I don't remember what day it was. But when did we watch Bobby Fingers? You guys introduced me to that, which sounds unfortunate with the transition from a previous thing, like another weird ass anime or something. But it's instead,
I think that was probably Friday.
It was Friday.
Yeah, but we'll just jump around.
Diorama builder with some of the best videos on YouTube I've ever seen. I've shown them to like 8 different people since then.
If you've never seen Bobby Fingers, he's
not a porn star. Maybe
he could. Maybe
we don't know.
We don't know.
Video's a crazy new tale.
He basically just builds like wild dioramas of like real shit that happened. Like he's built one. The one we watched was
Johnny Depp and Amber Heard's bedroom with Johnny Depp finding a potentially human shit on the room.
On the bed.
Yeah. And the detail he goes into is just absolutely crazy. If you and his production value, the stuff he does to like make these videos is just insane. He's done one with when Fabio got hit in the face by a seagull. He did one with Joe Rogan when they had
when they mentioned the Black Keys mentioned him, I forgot his name.
Yeah. It's check out Bobby Fingers. He's fantastic. It's way better than this video if you're watching on YouTube. Promise.
Sure.
So that was mostly Thursday.
We appreciate your support if you're watching us on YouTube also.
We do. So Friday, one fun thing is that Sam, even though Sam lives like 20 minutes away, I was super glad that Sam crashed with us for the weekend because it allowed him to like play a little bit more and like be up first thing in the morning. So Sam was deciding he wanted some coffee, and the house we stay at is up next to the Astoria column, if you know where that is. And it's about maybe a mile into maybe half mile into town, but it's straight down. Sam wrangles Cody and wrangles Greg before other people get up, and he says, "Hey, I'm gonna go get some coffee." So Cody and Greg go with Sam to get coffee, not realizing that it's just like it's a trek down and back up that hill. And Sam gets back, he's got his sleeper coffee, he's fine. Cody and Greg are dying. So
absolutely.
And Sam just pretty easily like popped up and down the hill a couple days. He's going backpacking.
Yeah, he's used to it. He's always bopping around Astoria.
Yeah. So we get to Friday though, and so I realized actually a few days before we left when Connor mentioned that he was not riding back with Nick, who was so nice to give him a ride, and then Connor bailed on him.
Thank you, Nick. I do appreciate it.
Which is probably good because Nick then went like 2 hours out of his way to pop into Portland to pick something up. So because Connor mentioned that his lovely wife was going to be in Seaside, not too far from Astoria, for her bachelorette party. And I thought, hey, Connor needs a bachelor party, and this is the perfect time to do it.
Yep.
So we started another side chat in Discord called Super Secret Bachelor Party. So did a little coordination and wanted to give Connor a little bit of a special day, and that's part of the like Connor and I are sitting there building minis next to each other that morning. I'm like, Connor, do you have a bachelor party? And he's like, oh no, I don't really want one. I don't like to celebrate myself, blah blah blah. I'm like, oh yeah, I get that. That's okay. Knowing full well that in like, I don't know, 30 minutes we're going to be springing this on him. So, and
thanks. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. So want to make sure you know that you're loved and appreciated. So we got you a little gift. Connor, if you can show the people at home.
I got on the camera and Chuck yelled at me and he said, "You're not in the right shirt. This is the right
Get in the uniform."
So if you're listening on podcast, Connor's wearing a black T-shirt with white lettering that says "I love feet" with a red heart for the love piece. So, we took Connor to lunch. Took him out to a Mexican restaurant, and before we did that, we made him pop on that shirt. And it took all of like 15 minutes for somebody to be like, one, they realized kind of like we were bachelor party mode.
They wished me a happy wedding, which very kind to do.
Yep. And then the guy he said something about like, at least you got a bride and you love feet.
Yep. So, absolutely. You know, you congratulated him on the foot fetish also, you know. Yeah. So we ordered, I think like it was when, you know, it was 11 in the morning. I ordered us a round of tequila shots. Yeah. You know, I think they knew something was up at that moment. So,
yeah. So had some Mexican for lunch, went back to the house. Connor did 2 tequila shots, actually.
Absolutely.
I was impressed.
Yeah, for sure.
Hardly did anything to you even.
So. Yeah, surprisingly, I was totally fine on Friday.
Yeah. I mean, Saturday was a different story.
Saturday was a very different story. We'll get to that too.
Yeah. But had some good Mexican for lunch, went back to the house, hung out for a little while, did some more hobbying. Was it Saturday or no? It was Saturday. We played Blood Bowl. So we actually, everybody got the clearance from their partners that we could go to a gentleman's club. There's a place called Annie's Saloon in Astoria that since I was a teenager, we used to drive past it every time we'd head down to the Washington side of the coast. And so I cleared it with Jenna. A couple people were just like, yeah, it's fine. But everybody cleared with partners. We're going to the strip club. We're going to go see the ladies. And Connor's going to wear the I Love Feet shirt. But it came down to it. And we talked about it and decided that maybe we don't go to the strip club. So unfortunately,
I'm sorry to kill the fun. I just don't think I would have a good time. And when I'm having a not good time, I'm a cranky and old person. And I just don't think that'd be my vibe.
Connor, this is not about you. This is about us.
Yeah, absolutely. I like, you know, it's there is something special about taking your friend that's never been to the strip club and getting them a little bit embarrassed. That's you know, it's an experience, right? Like it's a rite of passage in some circles, but it's okay if it's not your vibe. We respect you and we love you. We don't want to put you outside of
I do appreciate that you didn't force me to. I was like, so thank you.
Yeah, well, you know, enthusiastic consent is what's.
I'm not gonna blame you. I already admitted the truth. Plus, Chuck had me check with you, and you said I'd have a worse time than I would enjoying it, which you got a kick out of.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe it was some of the stories that I've told about past experiences and similar people being taken to the strip club that scared Connor.
A little bit. That sounded terrifying.
Yeah, you know, I mean, like it's
Listen,
supposed
I'm
to
already
be.
scared of women as it is. This just sounds like it's like a recipe for disaster.
Absolutely. You know, I think Max put it best in the message
True,
after.
she definitely did.
After Chuck posted in our Discord, he was like flagging him with a PvP flag at a bachelor party at a club like Annie's, you know, which is with stab wounds and stretch marks kind of place, you know. So
making Connor wear an I Love Feet shirt to a strip club, as Max said, was like flagging him with a PvP flag. I love that.
On a bachelor party for sure. Yeah. You know, understandable. So you know, again, it's all about we like having fun, but it's all about people's comfort level and not crossing any boundaries. You know, we want you to feel good about what you're doing. So
no strip club. Connor owes me one for not making.
I owe you two actually this weekend because you finally broke through and gave me your Spectre Squad bits because I've asked like a dozen times and you were like, yeah, fuck off, or read Dungeon Crawler Carl. And then not only that, you gave me your spare Exodite bits because I asked if I could, and then you're like, what are you gonna do with them? I was like, elves, and then you were like, okay, fine. So that was nice.
That reminds me, we actually I totally forgot we put together a little deal for you to read more Dungeon Crawler Carl. So what's the deal, Connor?
So I've been thinking for a while, like, what is a piece of media that I love as much as Chuck loves Dungeon Crawler Carl? And the only thing I can really think of is like, I love Halo, but like, I'm not gonna make Chuck play the video games, and I love like a lot of things. Like I like Star Wars, you know, but it's like there's nothing I truly live and breathe to that level, except of course for my favorite show of all time, The Venture Bros, which if you haven't seen, it's a long running Adult Swim original of essentially Johnny Quest and like parodies of that Hanna-Barbera era. If you've seen Space Ghost, Coast to Coast, or Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law, you're kind of familiar with that vibe. And I love that show all the time. I have almost like bi-weekly rewatches of the full show from like season 1 to the movie finale. And bi-weekly as in every other month, not twice a month. I'm not that crazy. But I could be. And I told Chuck for every 2 seasons he reads or watches and like genuinely watches, gives it an earnest try. And if he doesn't like it, that's okay. I'm not going to hold it against him. I will read a book or I guess listen to Audible or something because I'll figure out a way to get to the next book of Dungeon Crawler Carl.
I'm gonna watch the whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Just do
7 seasons in a movie. That'd be what, 4 books?
I mean, I think at that point, like you got to finish the series.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
you know, it's
we'll
like
see if
series
I'm
for
starting
series.
to like it at that point. You know,
Series, I think the audiobook, you know, book 2 is like really like it's much better. Like you know, and then from there forward it gets even better generally. Sylvia just finished book 1, is on to book 2, and she's fucking into it. She loves it. So, you know, she's a pretty, this is not her thing, but like she's way into it, you know. She's talking to a person at work about it that, you know, like who she saw reading it. Like that's how much she likes it. She's not like one to go talk to someone about like a personal thing at work, you know. She does her manager stuff. So like, you know, I think if you give the audiobooks a chance, it's better for sure. So, you know, and then speaking of audiobooks, Chuck also issued a new book club challenge because we killed the book club last year after
Zach.
yeah.
well, we kind of brought it back, and then we never really like talked about Flesh and Steel too much either.
No, we didn't. You know, but like so now we're doing Infinite and Divine re-listen before the next one comes out. And so I was listening to that today. All right. And you know, that was one of the things I got decided this weekend. And I noticed that they described the Exodites in great detail. You know, almost exactly. So who knows what's coming? Like keep an eye out in the books, you know. It was pretty wild like seeing the models in person and seeing or hearing the descriptions, right?
Yeah.
So
we, after we came back from lunch, we hung out for a little while. We ended up going out again. We went to dinner to a place called Maritime Tavern, Maritime Bar and Grill down in downtown Astoria. Had Tyler bought way too expensive rounds of.
Oh my god, they were way too expensive. I think it would have been cheaper to go to the strip club.
Jesus,
than
that
it was.
stinks. I didn't know that.
No, I mean, like, you know, like that's.
I mean, you got two rounds of 8 drinks, 2 rounds of 8 cocktails. I mean,
yeah,
kind of spendy.
I mean, it is for
thank
sure.
you. It was delicious.
Yeah, it was worth it. You know, but they were definitely upcharging on those, for sure. You know, but like, you know, I wanted to treat the boys, and it was within my budget. You know, I'm not hurting for it. So.
Yeah, we appreciated it. It was they were delicious, and they did the job too. So
Absolutely.
We got back to the house, and another one of my bachelor surprises was that I had downloaded Halo campaign. It was a campaign campaign.
I don't know, the new Halo CE,
the new old Halo.
The
most recent
doing this game.
Yeah. Connor and I played it. Connor and I played a couple levels. Connor pretty much carried me because at that point I was like having a hard time shooting straight.
You were falling asleep.
For sure. I think at that point Connor was also he passed off the, you know, he had a little bit of the first old fashioned and passed the rest off to me, I believe. So I think I had 4 while we were down at the bar. So,
no, I actually finished the 2 I got. I think you grabbed one from Greg, and I don't know where the third one would have.
So someone, yes, I got passed off some extras. So,
but yeah, for essentially being a day where I had 2 tequila shots and like 2 old fashions, and I think one other thing at some point, I was surprisingly like still sober. Money was over the course of like a full day, but as anyone that can tell you that knows me well, I'm like incredibly lightweight. I had like 2 Mike Sards one time and fell asleep. Like within an hour. So I was shocked that I was still going.
I think Mike's Hard's like you know, can hit you harder, like the way that they do, like, you know, especially on an empty stomach. Ooh.
Hey, we'll go with that. And now that I'm an incredibly lightweight.
Absolutely.
Connor, one reminder about Manny Scroll.
Mm-hmm.
So you all watched a chunk of it on Saturday night. We'll get to Saturday in just a second, but you had a couple of pretty awesome rants about Manual Scroll, which is they're now on the Patreon. I'm gonna need you to finish it though and get the part
I
3 to that.
will finish it. Yeah.
And I'm gonna put all those together and just make it one 10-minute long rant.
Yeah, it was definitely like I said, when Connor felt like really betrayed when it didn't finish. Where
because he told us it had an ending, and when we finished episode 10, it's like 80% of the way there, but it's not quite an ending. And we were all like, Tyler, where's the ending?
Yeah, I mean, like, valid. So, once we figured out there's 2 more episodes,
we felt a lot smarter after that.
I was so confused, and I was like, what about like the part when they're like, that didn't happen? I was like, I know I'm not imagining this.
You're like,
I
did. When?
Yeah, I didn't imagine this whole part of the anime. So, yeah.
Tyler, you I think on Friday as well played Bloodsport Gambler with Cody, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So, second time playing it. I originally played with the creator of the game at 3D RoleplayCon 1.
Nice.
Way back in the day when it was in beta testing.
And they've been to CRITCon every year.
Yeah, absolutely. He was actually the first person I reached out to be a vendor for CRITCon, just because I knew that his vibe was right, and he's local to Portland. I just love it. And he'd recently gone to like full production on it. I think Bloodsport Gambler is one of the coolest card games that you can play, like just at like with a friend real quickly. It's like degenerate gambling with like cool grimdark art style. It's basically like you're a Dark Eldar in the fighting pits of Gamora, betting on fights or Gamora, with between all kinds of fucking weirdos, and you're rigging them and trying to up your odds and hoping you don't get caught cheating, right? Before one of the overlords comes to get you. Like,
now,
that's the vibe.
Did one of you guys win, or did you both lose?
Fucking Cody. So like, I think that I had a little bit longer to still survive, before it was game over. I think I could have got myself out of debt, but Cody got out of debt real fast. I feel like he won every single bet he placed through the entire game. Like, he was just on it. His sense for which fighter was going to win, impeccable. Part of it's like luck of the draw with the cards. Like, you get like abilities to do stuff. We actually ended up changing out the dice because we felt that the Bloodsport Gambler dice were too loaded to roll 1s and 2s. Both of us kept failing rolls over and over again. So we pulled out some different dice. That's my only criticism, which I'm going to talk to Dylan about. This year I'm gonna be like, man, your dice, I don't know. Yeah,
we got to get better dice.
Get better dice, absolutely. Yeah, that's
those loaded good GW dice.
So we pulled out some chess X for it, nice and balanced. But it was good. Cody just fucking creamed me at it though. So
yeah, moving on to Saturday. So we chatted a little bit about Saturday already, but I made about 22 eggs worth of scrambled eggs and toast for breakfast. And we actually played some mini games that day. So Connor, you actually got a game of Blood Bowl in with Cody.
Yeah, so you've been hyping up Blood Bowl because you played one game and were undefeated, and you've naturally spent $300 on the game since.
At least.
At least, because apparently I'm really good at getting Chuck to buy into games that I have even the vaguest bit of interest in. So that's a cool power, I guess. But then Cody has been eyeing it for a while, and so he did some Blood Bowl with Greg, the video game, on Friday and Thursday night, I believe.
Yeah.
And the video game's pretty fun. The tutorial was a little bit confusing and the controls are a little bit odd, but part of that's also, we've never played it before, so we're just kind of silly and running through it. But then me and Cody started a game of Blood Bowl with his Tomb Kings versus my Shambling Undead.
How'd it go?
It went really well. On the first turn, someone asked you wanted drinks, and you guys always talk about pink drink. Chuck, what is pink drink?
So pink drink is vodka, lemonade, and pink Starburst packets.
Yeah, which at first I was worried would have a lot of sugar, but I looked it up. We looked on the carb box, like 1 carb in the little Starburst pink crystal, I think. I was like,
it's basically a health drink.
Yeah, it's definitely, especially vodka. That's alcohol. Alcohol kills bacteria. And lemonade's made out of fruit, and fruit's healthy. So I was like, yeah, give me one of those. And that hit me harder than I've ever been drunk on my ass before. I was fucking toasted. Within the first round or first half of the game, I was doing pretty good. But then we got to halftime, literally in the game, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna run to the bathroom. Went to the bathroom, stood up from the toilet, and my head spun in a way I've never experienced before. And I was like, uh-oh, this could be a problem. And boy, was it.
You know, I looking at the way how big that pink drink was, it looked pretty stiff there. You know, like it was a big glass.
It was
there.
it was a decent sized glass, and someone said,
Keep talking. I'm gonna illustrate.
yeah,
Okay,
I mean,
okay.
like, again, this is where my lightweight, and I guess I had less food, but like I had a pretty hearty, like, two things of the breakfast.
I think it was like 3 drinks at once.
maybe.
And you like downed it pretty
Like,
fast.
I did
you know,
about
you're
like 2/3 of it in about the first half, because
Mm.
it's very tasty. It tastes like a pink Starburst and lemonade, both great things.
Yeah, I mean, like for sure. You know, and this is Nick's favorite drink.
Yeah, it's
throughout
Nick's
the weekend,
creation,
so.
and it's a great creation. I honestly, I'd do it without the vodka next time, or a little bit less vodka. But honestly, I was like, I just really like lemonade
Same
with
amount
this
of
crystal
vodka.
white stuff.
Come on, yeah.
I mean, well, yeah, a little bit, but
you did it this time. You can do it next
yeah,
time.
I didn't know how dangerous it would be, but
Yeah.
I've never been that drunk before, and I feel so bad for Cody because we're just trying to get through a Blood Bowl game. Thankfully, Greg was nearby to help us after he finished his game with Chuck. Thankfully, Chuck has now lost a game of Blood Bowl. Thank God. Oh, the night before as well, Chuck had bet $300 or something. He kept yelling at me about it on a Blood Bowl game of the video game against me and Greg was whipping my ass. But then I managed to come back in the end through complete bullshit Blood Bowl luck. Yay.
Yeah.
So just to illustrate how, so when you make the pink drink, you basically like you get a thing of lemonade like so. Okay, big ol'. This is 3 quarts of lemonade, 2.8 liters, and I usually pour some of that in another container to make room for the vodka. And so I poured it in another container. It's actually just one of those, like, if you know the shaker bottles that you use for like protein shakes, one of the big ones. I poured it out, and then I grabbed the half gallon of vodka.
What brand?
And
was it just the Kirkland brand? Okay,
yeah.
maybe that's.
And if you can see here, see how much is left in this? That all of that went in that bottle.
Oh my God! What?
So it was pretty stiff.
Okay, that explains maybe why I was a little bit toasty.
It was about 2/3 vodka, I think.
Oh boy, yeah. I thankfully Greg was there to help because I was trying to teach Cody a little bit, and I don't know the rules of Blood Bowl that well, and I'm also toasted, and I have on my team ghouls, which led me to develop the vocal tick. I think I said the term "little green ghouls, buddy" from the famous Always Sunny clip like
4,700 times.
Yeah, like 100 times. Every time I moved my ghoul, I would say it about 3 times. I'm glad to know at least it really gives me ADHD when I'm drunk, I guess. And I'm not a violent drunk or a mean drunk. I'm just a giggly drunk, which who would have thought? But it was,
it's all based on the liquor.
Yeah.
You know, the liquor will change the tone.
Oh, interesting.
Of the drunk. I believe in that personally. So, what about you guys?
Took us. I don't know. I don't think I'm any different, really.
What I drank. I think they just hit you a little different, and like it'll bring out stuff differently.
But you don't think it's just like a placebo effect because you're like, I'm on tequila, I'm on whiskey. I'm supposed to be mean.
No, like I don't feel mean on whiskey.
You're kind of a mean whiskey drunk.
Am I? You think so?
I'm just saying. Yeah. No.
Okay.
But so I, as Connor mentioned, I played a game with Greg. I am now 1-1, so I'm no longer undefeated at Blood Bowl.
Yeah.
I have more Blood Bowl teams than I have Blood Bowl games
Way
played,
to go.
but I had a really good time.
It's a fun game.
Came down to Greg basically on like this. We were tied going into the second to last turn, and he was able to. His werewolf was able to break through. I got the Nurgle team. His werewolf was able to break, and my big slow chunky guys couldn't do anything. Greg's fucking ghost. Okay, so they have a I can't remember what it's called, but basically like
Rest
anytime you
Greg.
That's what anytime you try and activate and do something next to one of
they have the
ghost
fear rule, I think is what it is.
Yeah, so you have to roll, and if you have to roll a 2 or better to activate, and if you don't, you just don't do anything.
Thankfully, it's not a turnover, but yeah, it just means that model can't move that turn, and that sucks.
It happened like 6 times in the second half. It like there's one point where he tied up like 3 of my guys, just like like in a turn, they couldn't do anything. I couldn't activate them. So, but it was a fun game. And really enjoyed Blood Bowl. I think it's like Greg and I were talking about. I think you have to. Blood Bowl is not for sweats. You're gonna have dice do weird shit, even more than like Kill Team. And like we were talking about it later. It's like if you're playing Kill Team and you activate your sniper and you roll like crap, your sniper doesn't die and then your turn's over. But in Blood Bowl,
it's not like your sniper tripped on himself and then shot himself in the head, right? Like,
yeah. Where Blood Bowl, that can basically happen. You can try and do something with your roll. You're laying on the ground, and then they can like kill you. But very fun. The models are cool, and I had a really good time with it. Cody picked me up a Nurgle set that somebody had actually on the Discord. So I did get a game of Kill Team in that day too. So Sam and I played, and we played. I got my dinosaurs built, and I played against Sam's sisters, and we played on Volcus, I think map 6.
Yeah.
And the mission was, I think we just played secure. But Sam and I continue our streak of forgetting that his sisters have anti-psyker, and so I was doing stuff with the psyker.
that likely would have made a big difference for that, huh?
It would have made a little bit of a difference. But nothing crazy.
Yeah. Sam's sisters are gorgeous also, and all oil too. You know, well, not all oil. He has a lot of oil. Mostly oil. So oil focused weekend for painting, you know.
Yeah.
You know, big on the oils. And as you guys played, I came in and I started the potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we get potatoes, which by 1,000 cuts is what I call them.
Before we get to potatoes though, let's talk about the best Kill Team box yet.
Okay, very valid, because you know you just played it and you were ranting and raving about how much fun you had.
I had a really good time with them, even if I was cheating. I had a really good time. Yeah. You go through 24 wounds a lot faster than you think you would, especially when you can't hide behind anything. But they've got some just fun stuff with them, and I don't think they were bad to play against either. I mean, you can talk to Sam, but I don't think they were like a team that sucked to play against, because while they hit you really hard, you're going to hit them really hard too.
Yeah.
I lost both my dogs. I think by the end of the game, I had 2 dinosaurs left, and Sam had maybe 1 dinosaur, and Sam had a couple sisters. 1 sister. Actually, no, I wiped Sam. But they were fun. The movement shenanigans are interesting because it doesn't take you an APL to actually move. So you forget that you have more APL to do stuff with, which is like turn and stuff. Their guns are fun. All I did with melee was just have dinosaurs chomp on people, which is awesome. Excellent. 6 attacks on 3/5 brutal.
Sick.
Not the worst attacks. You can get relentless too for a CP with the dinosaurs. They've got you can do your leap, so you can like move around. I didn't really use that as well as I could have, I think, but I really had fun with the team. Yeah. I don't think you're going to win a tournament with them. I don't think you're going to do anything but suck at a tournament with them, but they were a really good time. The models are fantastic too.
Incredible looking. Yeah, absolutely.
Tyler, what's your favorite part of the box though?
So I got mine early also. I got it Wednesday night, and I got to take a peek through it because I was really excited about it, you know, especially the book. So I pulled out the book, and I was blown away. First off, it's a hardcover book, beautiful art, you know, all across the spine, all the way onto the back. And you open it up, and it is full color throughout, edge to edge printing, and it feels like an old school codex. You know, like so it goes through the history of the Exodites, you know, like it's basically the launch of the Exodites as a faction in 40K, you know, that's like relevant, right? Rather than just a piece of the lore. So, you know, it just like feels very like premium and nice. You're going through it. You know, Games Workshop has very nice printing on all their collector's edition and hardbound stuff always. And then you get through it and it's like a hobby section, and it tells you how to build a bunch of terrain. You know, it gives you the templates for cutting out the Exodite terrain, which are available on Warhammer Community. Also, there's a bunch of people that have already like 3D modeled them if you want to print them and be lazy, right? Like you can do, and then it like walks you through like collecting sticks from the woods and like terrain and, you know, fake plants and stuff, and gluing them down and painting them and making them look like they're part of the world, and then setting up an entire Kill Team board with that stuff for a 16 mission, 18 mission narrative,
18 mission, 20 mission, something like
20
that.
20 mission, yeah. It's expansive, you know, so it's an entire campaign And it also tells you to kit bash some AOS terrain
Yeah,
too.
I think I was about to mention one of the most interesting parts is, as we've known the last couple of years, GW's tried to seemingly separate like kill team models are kill team models and 40k models are 40k and AOS is AOS. There's not a lot of cross anymore. This book straight up, like on at least two, maybe more occasions, was like, hey, the Auric war clans from AOS work great for kit bashing with orcs in 40k. Buy their kits too, and it just felt so crazy because that doesn't been done in a long time, where they give you guides on how to kit bash stuff without standard, hell, without even GW plastic, let alone even just mixing their settings together.
For sure. It very much felt like, hey, for representing savage orcs on an Exodite planet, which is like a constant threat for them, right? Because like once the orcs get on the planet, they forever reappear. So like beyond just like beast nagos, like some of the classic savage orcs. But like it's so cool, like the way that they put the entire thing in there. And like they even like I think the very last page of the book is like a bunch of like post narrative like little like quips like from like the Farseer, I think is like the perspective that they are. So like you're kind of like getting like a bit of the story if you're playing this campaign with one person playing the NPOs as the orcs and the other person playing the Exodites, right? So
Tyler, I know you went through the box. I don't know if you did, Connor, but what do you know what those like 3 envelopes that are in there for like there's envelopes for like the clan blade, the spirit bitch, and then the sniper?
Was it maybe their upgrades?
They're way bigger than a like card though. They're I mean, they're like, you know,
I don't remember the envelope.
Oh, maybe is it their 40k data sheets? Have you looked at them?
I think they're empty. I gotta dig for them. You guys,
yeah. The only thing in the book that I was a little confused about, and I didn't thoroughly fully check. I skimmed through the books, really checked the hobby section, but the like campaign, it mentioned upgrades for them, but I didn't see anything listed about what those upgrades could be. So maybe it's that.
Yeah, I actually only took the book out. As far as that folder, I didn't want to disturb anything else at the moment.
I get my copy sometime later this week, so
okay.
The
excuse you, Connor. No, open it up. Open it.
Sorry, went out for Mexican for dinner as well, so I'm full of rice and beans.
Oh,
there's nothing in it.
Empty.
Maybe something we'll used in the campaign system then of like maybe you put things in it and draw them at random.
Tokens.
Caiaphas Kane for scale.
Maybe you put the tokens in there.
Yeah. There's 3 of them.
No clue.
Yeah, I'm assuming there's one for campaign system then, but
well, I'll have to take a look later tonight because I have no clue.
Well, if you're smarter than us,
let us know.
There's a bunch. There's a bunch of different cards. There's like 5 cards for each person because they like the Blades of Cain. They have you can select 2 and do like 5 different things. So yeah, if you're smarter than us and know what those envelopes are for, please tell us. Like and subscribe, hit the bell, all that stuff.
Yeah, comment, interact in any way, even if it's negative. Preferably positive though. If you're this far into the episode, right? Are you if you're hate listening, leave a comment also.
Yeah,
I want to know. Absolutely, Nidhogg.
He made it into the main show.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I think like all together, this is a fantastic box. I was kind of bummed that they didn't have the orcs are NPOs, but the Exodite models are fantastic. I think the rules are fun as much as everybody hates on them. The book is amazing. The book really reminds me. Have you guys ever seen the old GW book that was like how to build like a wargaming table?
Yeah,
or whatever?
absolutely.
Or how to build wargaming terrain. I have that around here somewhere, but it feels like that.
Me and Cody were both talking about too. It feels like a mix of like the old 7th edition codexes where they had a lot of the hobby stuff. Because I mean, Christ, it even has like the little cutout 2D images of all their war gear and their various color schemes for the sub factions. But as well as these, me and Cody both have the ones for our respective factions. But like the little mini white dwarfs where they explain like a lot of their faction decision designs and stuff and like how they brought it back. So if you can get your hands on it, try and do so. See if there's any 40k players that picked it up, because at worst that book it's probably going to go pretty expensive on eBay. And it's a really cool book. I hope they do another sell of just the book, because I'm sure it's going to be very popular and in high demand. And GW, people will buy it. So
I don't think they're ever going to run that book again.
Probably not, but I can hope.
Right. Yeah. I think that we'll see like a full Exodite limited edition codex. So it'll probably include most of the material other than like the kill team stuff, right? In the future, but like I think it's kind of like a sneak peek on there. So
Are we ready to say Exodites confirmed getting a full range
yeah, for
within the
sure,
next
100%,
edition? Probably
100%, they're getting
12th at
a
the latest.
100%. Like I mean, like ever since they introduced the Corsairs, and then I think like Mike Brooks' book like really kind of sets the Eldar on an upward trajectory, right? Rather than a dying race, they're going to start to like claw their way back. And we're going to see Corsairs, and we're going to see, you know, Drukhari is supposed to get a refresh. So I think like they're just going to try to make them more prominent, right? Like because there's only so many stories you can tell with a dying race.
Yeah, and as we know,
right?
maybe they'll do Max's favorite thing: how Yvrain and Gilliman are going to be an official canon couple, interspecies romance, and unite the Imperium and Eldar together because that's her favorite thing.
Yeah,
Max is going
absolutely.
to kill me.
You know,
That posters for you. Don't kill me.
Speaking of Bobby G, you guys, thanks for selecting that for me. I'm very, very excited.
You know,
to paint.
I did want to kind of see you paint the knight. It's a cool
I
model.
know you did.
It's too. No, it's too.
But-
I had to veto that right away because it's too. It's already kind of grim dark, and this is supposed to be
one
like
of their original
basic
Heresy
box
forward.
arc shit.
Mhm.
So
It
yeah,
is.
I'm still gonna figure
that
out
is
what I'm gonna
basic.
paint.
Yeah, you got to paint something good too.
Yeah, we're gonna have to have like an oiled up weekend.
You're gonna have to do oiled up lion. Come on.
I guess. Yeah. I mean, it might look like shit. So
No, you'll do good. Like
All
you know,
right.
Nick will guide you. So
how about this? I'll do Bobby G. You do the lion, and we won't tell anyone.
no, okay. I mean, like I'm definitely painting Bobby G. Right? You know, well,
I got him.
For sure. I have the lion.
All right. I guess we trade.
Yeah.
So Saturday we finally played some games, slugged down all this shit, and then we had dinner. So Tyler alluded to it a little bit ago. So he's got his and I will just say that Tyler made baked potatoes. Tyler was not happy with where they came out. I thought they were the best baked potatoes I've ever fucking had because I'm used to like basic white people baked potatoes, which is just like literally we threw this in the oven. We didn't throw a single seasoning on it.
I just you know I'm so like we ran out of olive oil before doing it, which is my preferred oil because it provides a nice crispy you know, like salty crust when I do it, right? And so we had to use avocado oil, which is fine, but like it has a higher smoke point on it, and I just like I don't know at what point I need to cook it to get that same kind of crispy with avocado oil, especially when it's like mixed with olive oil, because then you have a little bit of like different points on each of the potatoes, right? So they came out a little softer. We didn't get the full like salty flaky crust like we normally get, so they were good, but like they're not up to my full potential. But like, you know, I was like Chuck, a vegetarian for a very long time, vegan for huge chunks of my life, and I don't cook a lot of bacon, and I can cook bacon.
Before we get to that, I want to compliment you. So you had the leftover pulled pork, you had the leftover chili. That was some of the amazing toppings. We had sour cream, we had green onions, we had cheese.
Yeah,
fantastic. Like I said,
You still have
best
some
baked
leftover,
potatoes I've ever
really
had.
good mac and cheese from Jeremy as well.
Yep,
leftover mac and cheese. Yeah, best baked potatoes I've ever had.
And
put that out there.
Yeah, so I'm going to cook the bacon, and I don't cook a lot of bacon other than like throwing in my air fryer, you know.
And you got the bougie bacon too, like the nice like pepper bacon, like thick cut. It's good.
And so I just throw it in my air fryer normally. The air fryer is too small to cook enough bacon for enough people here, right? So I try to do throw some baking soda on it, stop it from curling in the oven, because that's the problem I've had in the past. Over, you know, it's just like it's all like I don't like it. I'm kind of, and I'm a few drinks in at this point. Also, and I'd already expressed my anxieties about cooking the bacon. I was like, someone else should cook the bacon.
I gave you a recipe to cook the bacon.
You know, a recipe. I said, I go, someone else should do this. I said someone else should do this, and you're right. I didn't listen. That's my own fault. But I massacred the bacon. I put way too much baking soda down. and
war
a
crime.
war crime. It was a war crime. It was criminal. It like fucking like all the grease like soaked into it, and it was like fucking chunky and like crispy in a way that bacon should not be, and it tasted like fucking.
I don't even know how to describe it. It's not a
It tastes
great
like chewed aspirin.
No, chewed aspirin's not that bad.
I chewed aspirin with like grease, basically.
So Tyler's recipe, if you want to like copy this and just hurt yourself, Tyler basically took a sheet pan.
I sprinkled too much. Like I said,
a bunch of baking soda.
You only
put the bacon on top of it.
Flip, flap.
And cooked it.
Flip, flap. I flip, flapped it, brushed it off.
So imagine a sheet pan full of baking soda.
Was not full of, sprinkled with.
You put a fuck ton of baking soda
I
on
was,
there, dude.
I was drunk.
You used so much baking soda.
Yeah,
it was the most... So here's the thing. I've been vegan or vegetarian for the last 14 years. I haven't had bacon in 14 years, and I had to have a bite just to see how bad it was. And it was so bad, Tyler.
So bad.
Again,
it was so bad.
Best baked potatoes I've ever had. The worst bacon I've ever had. I'm good for another 14 years and having bacon. You broke me from that. Thanks, buddy.
Don't worry. Next year it'll be the best bacon anyone's ever had. So
everybody went around and tried it, and everybody's just like, oh, Nick took like 3 bites of it.
It was funny because he said the first 2 he must have just got like a little baking soda, because he went through and he's like, it tastes off but not that bad, and then he went and got like a 3rd bite and immediately spit it up like the second it touched his tongue, where he finally got it.
No, it was so bad. It was so bad. I'm so ashamed.
It happens, man. It's all good.
It's okay for sure. Best bacon you guys have ever had next year. So that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it was it was a war crime. But again, best baked potato I've ever had, and I'm excited to actually try baked potatoes again, because like I said, just basic white people version of it is not the way to go. It's whatever Tyler did to it. Just stay away from the bacon. Jeremy Spake did some building and basing and modeling. Tyler, he did some custom modeling for you. Actually.
Yeah, so I brought over the Centurion from Warcry. We were originally gonna do like a little NPO, Nemesis kind of practice over here for the weekend. Was the original plan. I didn't have it in me to do that and run it and play the games. I really wanted hobby. So I brought that over, and just in case I wanted to paint something else instead of my Dark Angel Space Wolf conversions, but I had Jeremy add a dick and balls to it. And we have named, because the Centurion has a bunch of extra arms, we've named him in the honor of the Northwest legend, Mr. Hands. So we have Demon Prince Mr. Hands ready to go. So
you gotta give me a picture to put up on the video here. Nice close shot of the donger. So
for sure.
But yeah, so any other highlights that y'all want to go over? I have a lightning round of just quotes that are actually not even quotes, but just like notes that I took, and I want you guys to see if you can explain them to me.
All right.
So,
yeah,
I'm set
before we get to that. So we'll do lightning round, and then we'll wrap this up. So let's see. I had Jeremy crafting a dong. Bacon is a hate crime. Hinky Cracker Connor.
Can't say I recall what that would have been about. I think I talking about how white I was or something, and I was like,
maybe?
yeah, I'm a honky cracker.
Yeah, I think he said hinky though. So.
Did I?
Or maybe just autocorrected on me. He just sucked at the monkey bars.
Yeah. Oh, I laughed so hard when he said that. I can't quite remember the context of that. But
no, it was because Tyler was saying that like he can't let go, like swing. We were watching somebody was swinging or something, and he's like, you can't let go until you got the next one in your hand or something. And Connor and I were sitting
like a monkey. You don't let go of one branch until you got a hold of another.
That's what it was.
Yes. What was the context around that though? Because it was, I don't remember.
It was about someone breaking up with someone, like moving on in their relationship.
Was it finding a new job maybe or something?
Oh yeah,
I think
that's what it was. Yeah. So so Connor and I are sitting over at the hobby table, and Tyler's in the living room. I said, he just sucked at the monkey bars. Let's see. I said something about leftists at one point, and Connor was like, Oh, they hate left-handed people.
This is when I was like totally drunk on a Saturday or something, I think, or I was still in the after effects of it. And we were talking about someone complaining about lefties, and I was like people that are left-handed. I could not think of political divisions in the U.S. when I'm drunk. And drunk Connor, everyone's divisions go back to the 1900s, where left people are persecuted for, I don't know, writing with their left hand.
Tyler, you are a big fan of voice to text.
I am.
Yeah, he is.
And Tyler had a voice to text that he had sent before we got to ChuckieCon. I had to share with Nick and Connor, and I could not decipher what it was. And Tyler and I tried to read it, and we could not actually read it because it's so like garbled English. So I have it here, and it's just because Tyler uses voice to text because he's a busy gent, and I'm gonna drop it in the Vox chat. I'll also put it on the video, and I want you to see. I want you to tell me. I want you to try and read this for me. So,
okay.
I recorded it. I'll have to send you the video, and we can put that up on the Patreon or something as well.
I'd say funny. So,
is that what you just dropped?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a stupid iOS file. So
I can't see that.
All right. Well, I will try and read it. So basically, we're talking to some people that were getting ready for CRITCon. We're talking to the X-Wing people, and they were saying like, any thoughts on a separate event Discord for participants or integration with the planning, but making channel roles for organizers? And Tyler's response was, honestly, we are going to be a big and guilty Cascadia to be Cascadia tabletop and expanding the sections to fill out of the other games. Hey, I got it. I actually got it. So, Tyler and I tried to read that for like 5 minutes and could not actually read it out loud.
They just reacted with a thumbs up. I went back and I fixed it also. In the future, we are probably going to transition from Kill Team Cascadia to Cascadia Tabletop to represent like our goals and like what we're doing. We'll still be Kill Team focused. That's our game that we love, but like we want to include like all of the stuff that we do on there, and like CritCon's a huge focus of ours also. So the bigger the community, the more people we have in the games, like the more interplay there is. So that's down the road at some point in the next year ish, probably.
So I have like two more. Okay. So Connor, somebody asked, has Sierra's foot been in your mouth? And you said, well, yeah, a good majority of it. This is while we're at lunch, and he's wearing the I Love Feet shirt.
Not a good majority of it. Like that's such a
well, I mean, I don't have that big of a mouth. I can't fit an entire foot.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone's I don't think most people are sticking an entire foot in their mouth.
That's the someone said, has Sierra's foot in your mouth, and I apparently responded, well, like a good majority of it. I also, I'll have to show Sierra the YouTube clip, but a highlight of the Weekend Babe was showing everyone the video of me yelling about how Chuck lied about seeing the Odyssey to you and how angry I was about it.
We made people watch our podcast.
Yeah, we made people that already kind of listen to the podcast watch the podcast, but the video of that is hilarious. That could easily be one of our best just single out of context clips.
Yeah. Sure. So one last note, and then we'll wrap this up. We'll get to the after show, and then we'll maybe have to show this in the after show. So, as you all know, we live in a security state, and everybody's got Ring cameras and stuff. And I have Ring cameras at my house because we had an incident a few years ago. And Jenna's parents, who have the Coast House, have Ring cameras too. They got one on the front door. They've got one in the garage too. And
so I go to make a drink, and I go out to the garage and I take the bag of ice and I'm bending over and I'm throwing it on the ground. And one thing about me is I have an ass like Hank Hill. Okay. I will admit this. I am genetically cursed, and the issues with being a fat man also, and your pants. It's like when your waist is the highest point and everything's when it funnels all down, you gotta choose a point to belt where you're least likely to completely lose your pants, right? And so sometimes you'll see my butt crack. It just happens, You know, if you're friends with me, sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna crack you at some point. It's just you gotta accept it. I love it. It's not intentional. I keep that area clean and moisturized so it looks as good as it can. You know, but anyway, so I'm out there, and the you know kind of like lounge shorts that I'm wearing started to fall down, and we get a full OnlyFans style showing. You know, I basically just shy of twerking. If I would have known I was being recorded, I would have shaken, you know, what little I have. But next time I will go off of camera and do that, because I didn't realize that there was just like a camera kind of like on this post, like, you know, it's
It's
just like
kind of pointed at the garage door,
kind of
basically.
pointed at the garage door, but it's at like dick height, you know.
Yeah.
And so when you're bent over and you don't know it's there, it ends up kind of at butthole height. So
Yeah. So we got about like so I just get a text message from Jenna's mom, and because she got a notification on the camera that was like, and she's like, you just lost a star on your
tenant
your
rating.
your tenant rating. And she sends me just a screenshot, and it's just like 8 inches of ass crack. Just
I don't even have that much ass crack. Please, let's be real.
I don't know. Maybe it's a camera's perspective. It was a lot of ass crack. I guess Jenna and her mom watched it repeatedly and were just absolutely howling, and then they'd stop for a little bit.
I love that.
And then they think about it again, and they just dying laughing again. And I also found out too that so Jenna's dad was actually out on a walk while and Jenna's mom sent the video. And Paul just walks into the door. All he goes is, I know it's a full moon tonight. Just,
you know, I can't wait to shake their hands again. So that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I can't. I'm sure they've been to CRITCon for the last couple of years, and I'm sure they'll be there again this year. So I bet they can't wait to see you. So,
yeah,
but I'm gonna print that up and have you sign it for them
for sure. You know, we can get a 8x10 glossy. So
yeah. But final thoughts. ChuckieCon was fantastic. Love seeing y'all. Yeah. It's one of my favorite weekends of the year. If you have a chance to recreate ChuckieCon, I know that Rob, the Hobby Highlander, actually he was at a tournament this week and asked if I was going to be there. I was like, no, it's ChuckieCon. I can't make it. And he was talking about doing the same thing, like getting a place on like Lake Tahoe and inviting a bunch of nerds out there to just do nerdy shit.
Do it.
Yeah. So
pick your best hobby friends and go. Like it's a great time. Like, you know, you'll build such great bonds with these people. Like it's something special. So cook for each other, have a good time, do some hobby, play some games, play some other, you know, video games, watch some stupid shit, you know.
Yeah. I'm just saying, I laughed my ass off all weekend, and like I don't think I've laughed that hard since ChuckieCon last year. Yeah. So I'm excited for next year, and appreciate y'all taking the time to come down and hang out. And
every time.
Yeah. So, but the second best weekend of the year is CRITCon.
Absolutely. That's the best public weekend of the year. So
yes.
That's coming up.
Go for it, Tyler.
I was going to say October 23rd, 24th, and 25th at the Hilton Doubletree in Portland, Oregon. We have a lot of events that are going live, that are already live. You know, you can sign up for them. Sign up for Inquisitor if you want to do Inquisitor. It's going to sell out. We already have like some of the classes are down to a single ticket, or some of the events. So like one of the hottest events out there. We had to convince them to run it for 2 days on there so that more people could attend. So we got 4 sessions of it Saturday, Sunday on there. So it's going to be killer. Or not Saturday, Sunday, Friday, Saturday. You know, just absolutely one of the best experiences you can have at CRITCon. We also have our hobby classes running later this year. So we have them so that you can play in any of the Kill Scream events and still take a hobby class afterwards if you're so motivated on there. We want you guys to have the full gamut of experiences at the convention. We're trying to accommodate you, and based on the feedback that you give us, we're small enough of a convention that we can do that kind of stuff as we grow. And you know, as we expand our offerings, we can take that into account. So come to CRITCon this year. Attend as many games as you can, as many classes as you can, not because it helps me directly, but like because it helps all the creators and everything, and it lets us do it again, right? Like we just want to, we're blowing this up again next year. We're gonna scale up because that's what we do, and Yeah, right. For sure.
Like Tyler mentioned though too, we timed our event so you can play in the Killscream narrative, or you can play in the Killscream doubles or the grand tournament and still do a class afterwards on Friday or Saturday evening. We've also we're gonna have TTRPG back this year. We're in negotiations to get its own room, so TTRPG will be separate from the main convention, but it's going to be, I think, a better experience because it gets loud in that area. And those are also lining up too. So if you're doing a TTRPG event, you can do one of the classes afterwards. Matt DiPietro has one. I think he has two of those actually too. And I know that I think Sam this weekend signed up for the sketch style class, which is one that I want to do. It's going to be October 23rd, 24th, 25th. CascadiaTabletop.com is where you can find tickets. Most of the events are up right now. We're going to have MCP as well as 40K coming soon.
Also, I think.
Oh, what is Moonstone? Is that the one that they
kind of like
rolled out a couple years ago?
Absolutely, we got someone to run that on Friday, so
nice.
Looks like it fits in there. So we got a lot of cool stuff. Last year we had over 30 events. I think we have more this year. We're a little more focused, especially on the TTRPG, to provide a complete and whole experience with that. So we're excited for this year. It's going to be better than ever. On there. Thank you guys so much for all your support. Check us out on all the other social media also. I'm at Lowbrow Minis, which is where you'll see most of our spammy kind of meme post about CRITCon. We actually do have a CRITCon Instagram. It's crit.com on Instagram. Connor's at
.con.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did I say .com?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's 40 years of saying .com.
Absolutely. Connor's at Spanaway on everything. Chuck is painting cave minis. You check us out at Vox Cascadia podcast on patreon.com and Vox Cascadia on YouTube. Thank you so much. We love you. Good night.